A very good morning to you. Sometimes when I'm reading the scriptures, there's a phrase that jumps out at me, and then it stays with me, perhaps for that day, or all day, or maybe all week, depending on what's going on. And I find myself doing what the psalmist in Psalm 1 talks about when he talks about meditating on the law day and night. That's Psalm 1 verse 2. And the verse that struck me was in the reading that was set for yesterday, which was in Isaiah 33 verse 6. But I ought to read verse 5 and 6 because you have to have it in its context, don't you? It says in Isaiah 33 verses 5 and 6, it says, "The Lord is exalted, for he dwells on high. He will fill Zion with justice and righteousness, and he will be the stability of your times. Abundance of salvation, wisdom and knowledge. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." It's that phrase at the end, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Or in the version I was listening to yesterday, which was the New International Version, it said the fear of the Lord is the key to his treasure. Now I've looked at lots of different versions. I can't find that word key anywhere. But the principle is here. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Now I'm very familiar with the couple of verses in Proverbs and other places that say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and the beginning of knowledge. That's Proverbs 1:6. That a proper reverence to God is where everyone's faith journey has to start, with a realization of who God is, and understand a sudden light bulb moment, if you like, when you realize just how amazing God is. And if you start from that viewpoint, as you realize new things about him, about how wonderfully generous he is. I mean, this verse talks about abundance of salvation, wisdom and knowledge. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. I was looking at it in my favourite sort of simplified version, which is the Good News Bible. I do like it because it's very accurate to the words that were originally written, and it doesn't deviate too much. This is how he translates and puts these two verses, Isaiah 33, 5 and 6. "How great the Lord is! He rules over everything. He will fill Jerusalem with justice and integrity and give stability to the nation. He always protects his people and gives them wisdom and knowledge. Their greatest treasure is their reverence for the Lord." The fear of the Lord is his treasure. That's what we should hold on to, is having the Lord as the word treasure. We hold on to the things we treasure. We hold on to the things that are really important to us. We keep them safe. We put them in a safe place. Things that are really important, perhaps like important documents, your passport, and other documents, your marriage or certificate, divorce certificate, birth certificates. These are important documents. They are written treasures. They are very important. But there are treasures that we keep, perhaps photographs, perhaps there are people for whom treasure will always mean the sort of Alibaba kind of treasure found in caves, sealed with doors that have to be opened with a magic word. Perhaps for myself, I must say I'm not that materialistic, and my treasures are not bundles of gold rings and gold crowns or anything. It's much more about things that hold memories. Those are my treasures. But Jesus said, where your treasure is, there is your heart. There will be your heart. That's in Matthew 6. And if our treasure is God, then that's where our heart is. If our treasure is God, that's where our heart is. That's where our longing is, for the Lord, not for accumulation of wealth or accumulation even of perhaps friendships and relationships with other human beings. But our primary treasure is the Lord. The fear of the Lord is where it starts. A reverence for God, a recognition of who he is. And then as the understanding begins to be revealed to us of just how much this amazing God who made the universe, who made all those stars, who made all those galaxies, who made all that variety of creatures that we see on our world. This God is the one who loved us so much that he came in the person of Jesus to live and die and rise again for us. And if any of that is true, this is the God who we adore. The word fear here is reverence, really. It's not fear as in, gosh, I'm not going to go near him because I'm terrified of him even looking at me. Not that sort of fear. It's reverence. It's a giving God his proper place, but don't ever forget that this God, who some people will worship at a great distance, has brought himself close to us and has invited us into a personal relationship with him. A relationship that is so close that we can call this great and wonderful and incredible God Daddy. This is the gospel in a nutshell, isn't it? But it starts with recognizing that God is, and that he is amazing. And then as we think about him and turn towards him, he turns his face towards us and begins to reveal all those wonderful truths about who he is and what he's done for us. It's my thought for the day. Isaiah 33 verses 5 and 6. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye-bye.